All right, let's dive into something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but I promise you, it's very real. We're talking about a heart that doesn't have a pulse. No, you heard that right. Imagine a living, breathing person, blood pumping through their body, but without that classic familiar thump thump of a heartbeat. So, how on earth is that even possible? Well, it looks like we're stepping into a whole new era of medicine.
So let's get into it. The key to all of this is a truly revolutionary device, and we're going to follow its very first journey inside a human patient.
Okay, so the scene is Houston, Texas, at the Texas Heart Institute, a place that's, world famous for this kind of thing. A team of surgeons there just did something incredible. They successfully implanted the BiVACOR Total Artificial Heart into a person for the very first time ever. And look, this wasn't some routine operation. It was truly a last resort. The patient was a 60-year-old man whose heart was failing him completely. It just couldn't do its job anymore, and a traditional transplant wasn't an option. Now, you might be thinking, wait, haven't we had artificial hearts for a while now? And you're right, we have. But they've always been kind of clunky, temporary fixes. So what makes this one, the BiVACOR, such a potential game changer? That's the big question we're digging into. To really get why this invention is such a big deal, you first have to understand the sheer scale of the problem it's designed to solve. And believe me, it is a massive global health crisis.
26 million. Just let that number sink in. That's how many people around the world are living with heart failure right now. And for so many of them, especially when it gets really bad, the only real hope they have is a heart transplant.
And here's where we hit the tragic bottleneck. The number of people who desperately need a new heart is just huge. It completely dwarfs the number of available donor hearts. It's a heartbreaking crisis of supply and demand where literally lives are hanging in the balance. So, what do you do about a crisis like that? Well, the team behind BiVACOR decided they weren't just going to tweak the old artificial heart designs. No, they were going to reinvent the whole thing, right from the ground up.
Okay, so take a look at this thing. What's so wild is what's missing. You don't see any of the usual pumping chambers or valves opening and closing like a normal heart. Instead, it's all built around one tiny spinning disc. They call it a rotor. And it's so clever, it uses its different sides to push blood to the lungs and to the rest of the body, all at the same time.
And here's the absolute secret sauce. That little rotor, it doesn't actually touch anything. It just floats. It's held in place, suspended in midair by a super precise magnetic field. You got it, it's magnetic levitation. If you're trying to wrap your head around this, think about those super high-speed maglev trains, the ones that float above the track to go incredibly fast with almost zero friction. BiVACOR basically took that exact same brilliant idea and shrunk it down to fit inside a person's chest. Just amazing. So why does this matter so much? Well, think about it. With just one moving part, and that part never even touches anything, there's basically no mechanical wear and tear. That means it could be incredibly durable, a huge leap forward from older devices that would just break down. And, this is key, with no parts rubbing together, it also massively reduces the risk of damaging blood cells as they flow through. It's just so much gentler on the body. Oh, and it gets even cooler. This thing is smart. It has sensors inside that know what your body is up to. So when you're just sitting and resting, it gives you a nice, normal blood flow. But the second you get up and start walking or exercising, it automatically spins faster to pump more blood, matching what your body needs. It acts just like a healthy, natural heart would. So this isn't just a cool idea on a lab bench anymore. This incredible piece of tech is officially moving from theory to reality, all thanks to the very first human clinical trial. And this is such a critical step. That surgery in Houston wasn't just some random experiment. It's the official start of a very formal, very rigorous scientific study that's been approved by the FDA. The goal is to prove, without a doubt, that this device is both safe and effective for people. I mean, this is the process every single major medical breakthrough has to go through. So what's the plan for this first trial? Well, they're starting small and being incredibly careful. It's going to involve up to 10 patients, all at top-tier hospitals across the US. And the number one goal is simple, but so important. First, prove that it's safe in this small group. After that, they can think about expanding to bigger studies. Every single step is being meticulously planned to see how this thing really performs out in the real world. Okay, so let's look ahead. If this trial and the ones that follow are a success, what does that future actually look like? I mean, what could the BiVACOR art really mean for medicine and for millions of patients? This, right here, might be the single most important difference. For decades, artificial hearts have been what's called a bridge to transplant. Basically, a temporary fix to keep someone alive just long enough for a donor heart to show up. But BiVACOR's goal, it's completely different. They want this to be a permanent, long-term solution, a destination, not just a bridge. And the implications of that, they're just staggering. For patients, this could mean years, maybe even decades of more time with the people they love. For our entire healthcare system, it could finally ease the incredible pressure on that organ donation waiting list. This could fundamentally change how we even think about end-stage heart failure. And so that leaves us with this one final, really powerful question. Are we about to see heart failure transform from what's often a terminal sentence into a treatable, manageable condition? We're right at the beginning of this journey for sure. But with this first implant, we might just be witnessing that exact moment of transformation. The heart may have no pulse, but it is absolutely filled with promise.